And if you take the tournament as a whole, England overall have played and performed very, very poorly. Germany have performed well. And when Germany got in front in the second, got the third goal in the second half, it was one-way traffic. England lost the discipline totally, and every time Germany broke away, they looked like scoring. So, you can't put it all down to the disallowed goal. It was a factor in the game, but not as big as, I'd say, the press in England are going to make it.
Well, this is it. You know what will happen tomorrow. Robbed is my favourite for the first headline, but we'll never know, Liam, what...
No, Darragh, just to interrupt you there. We'll never know, you were going to say, if the goal was allowed.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But no, we'll never know what the difference in mood would have been. 2-2 was an awful lot better than 2-1. Well, England were playing really well at the time.
I agree. It's a lot better, Darragh.
It's what it did to them mentally.
No, but if you're going to be contenders for the World Cup, you have to overcome that. You can't collapse in the second half. You know, okay, 2-2 is obviously much better, and England would be on the up, but they weren't. So what you got to do in the dressing room, whether it be the manager team, say, okay, that goal has gone against us. We have to start again. We have to get back into it. That's what happens. It happens to other teams. Happens to England. But if you take it overall, the match overall over the 90 minutes, Darragh, they had the chances beforehand. Germany. You'd have to say that Germany were by far the better team, and in the tournament, the way England played, the way Germany played, Germany have been, in my opinion, the far better team.
But Liam, what about Capello at half-time? Did he not use that? Did he not do his stuff, as John says, and get his team mentally prepared to go back out for the second half? Did he not use the sense of injustice they would have been feeling in the proper way?
Well, I don't know what went on in the dressing room, Darragh.
But on the evidence of what you've seen,
on the evidence of what I've seen, I don't know what Capello said. Maybe the players went against him. You see for the third German goal and the fourth German goal that England threw discipline out the window. You know, you've got a free kick on the edge of the box, I think it was, and Germany scored from it. An England free kick, and Germany scored from it. You got a throw in, 3-1. Joe Cole, I think, is taking the throw in. John Terry runs forward from the centre-back position. Germany win the ball again. Ozil gets hold of it, bang, it's 4-1. They didn't go about getting back in the game the right way, as John said. They didn't pass it. You saw Steven Gerrard trying stupid shots from when there was passes on, when he could have brought other players into the game and combined with them. No, they were doing glory passes over the top. They were shooting when they had no chance of scoring, and they were pushing up from the back without any thought that this game is still 2-1. If we hang on in there and pass the ball and keep it, we can get the equaliser. They just threw caution to the wind.
Didi, what did you see watching England today? I know, looking through your German eyes, which you're perfectly entitled to do, and you're delighted your team won, but like Steven Gerrard's a former teammate of yours. You played with him for many years at Liverpool. What did you see looking at them today that disturbed you?
As Liam said, the naivety, the lack of discipline at times, which you expect when Capello is your manager. As you said, 2-1, we don't know what would have happened. It would have been a different game, I think, in the second half. We would have still seen the same result, what we've seen in the second half. I still think Germany would have gone on to win the game, but they're 2-1 down, 65 minutes played. You know, don't chase. The most important thing is not to concede a goal, because you can throw Crouch on Heskey. They give you another dimension. For the last 5 or 10 minutes, go for it. If you concede one, it's game over. But after 65 minutes, Barry gives the ball away at the edge of the box. And it's suicidal because they break and they score. Obviously, they break well. Schweinsteiger plays a great ball into Muller, and he finishes the game off, and it's 25 minutes to go, and they're still in the game. And that naivety and the lack of discipline and togetherness and decision-making, because, as we said before, Liam just said, the passes they picked in the first half and in the second half, it was at times outrageous. They've got 3-4 options 5 yards next to them, and they try to hit the ball 40 yards. And obviously he's going across the whole pitch, then the player needs to bring it down. Even if it comes off, they've not gained anything. And we talk about England not getting into any rhythm, but I think we've seen today in the first half why they don't get any rhythm, because they're not playing together. Everybody plays his own game, everybody trying to play the fancy pass, and they're not keep it simple.
I think in every game, it ebbs and flows in different ways. You know, one today, a big ebb and flow was the disallowed goal. But once they start the second half, England are starting from scratch again, and actually they were on top for the first 10-15 minutes of the second half.
Lampard hit the crossbar.
Lampard hit the crossbar, but they were on top, but didn't play well. They didn't actually play in the manner that said, "Oh, these are hammered in Germany now," you know, which needed to be done, because I think the Germans got a little bit defensive at that time. And they actually made it easy for the German team by, as Liam said, a lack of discipline from the free kick where Germany's going and scored the third goal. But up to Germany scoring the third goal, they still weren't playing in a manner that a team is coming back at a team. You know, passing it well, getting up, making chances. They weren't doing that. You know, as Liam said, Gerrard particularly giving the ball away very easily, Barry giving the ball away easily. So it allowed the Germans actually to settle down into the game. And left them in a position that when they did break and finished it off. So over the 90 minutes and over the tournament again, I'd repeat myself, Dara, England ultimately got what they deserved, I think, today.
Liam, you go back to 4 years ago to Germany, even go to a little bit further back, but I want to maybe make the comparison with Capello and Sven-Göran Eriksson. Now, the England team 4 years ago got one stage further than this present 2010 version, but they brought Capello in to bring all these things that Didi spoke about, a level of organisation, confidence, togetherness, spirit, which was unravelling for the last number of days, as we saw with the John Terry thing and all those other bits and pieces. We don't want to go back to there now. But this failure has to sit at the manager's door. Has he been any better than Eriksson?
Well, he certainly was in qualifying. You know, they looked a team that were going to the World Cup from the performances in the qualifying rounds that had a chance. They had a chance maybe of quarter-final, even the semi-final, the way they performed. And I think Capello brought a discipline and brought a spirit to the team. I don't know what's happened in the meantime. I thought they were very, very poor in the lead up to the World Cup. They had 2 or 3 friendly matches. They didn't have any form in those whatsoever. Capello really didn't know his team. He was still trying 30-odd players in those games. He hadn't honed in on what his team was going to be. For that reason, there might have been some indecision. But I think it comes back not down to the manager, Capello, or the Sven-Göran Eriksson. I think it comes back to the culture of the game in England, that players are not encouraged to keep possession of the ball. It's hit it up to the front as quickly as you can. Therefore, they don't have the technical ability that some of the teams have when they come to this stage. You know, this is the World Cup. You're playing Germany. You know, if you win that, you got to play Argentina. And England just do not keep the ball well enough. And that's not down to Capello. That's down to the culture of the English game.
We have loads more to briefly, John.
Yeah, so I must say, Dara, like looking at between, I didn't fancy Eriksson at all. But ultimately, Capello hasn't done any better than Eriksson.
No, well, that's the point. That's why I posed the question. Yeah, all right, okay. We'll pause there for a moment. We've a lot more to talk about, but we'll just show you the last 16 or the quarter-final that Germany now have ahead of themselves. They play Argentina or Mexico. That's on Saturday, the 3rd of July. It's an afternoon game, starts at 3 at the magnificent Greenpoint Stadium in Cape Town. You can see it live on RTE. We've a lot more to talk about, a lot more to reflect on. We look ahead for Germany into that quarter-final of the World Cup and what's ahead for England also. Stay with us.